Hi students, welcome back to the world of English. In today's session, we are going to deal with Unit 3 Reading C, which is titled as What is My Name? Okay, Reading C, which is titled as What is My Name? Now before we get into the lesson, let's know a little bit about the author. Srimati P. Satyavati is one of those writers who have brought feminism to the peak in Telugu literature. Though she is a retired English lecturer, she has great understanding of the Telugu accent and the idioms of the respective regions. She is adept in portraying human experience universally. The technique of appealing to the readers by weaving the story wonderfully with a philosophical touch and a theological aspect is her forte. She has published 4 anthologies of short stories, 5 novels, and a collection of essays. She has won a number of prestigious awards. This story, What is My Name, is originally published as Illalagane Pandagauna in Telugu in 1990 and has been translated into almost all the South Indian languages and Hindi. Let's get to know some of the vocabulary from here. Feminism. The meaning of feminism is the belief and the aim that women should have the same rights and opportunities as men. There is no partiality. Okay, both men and women are same, both have the same rights. Okay, now Srimati P. Satyavati is one of those writers who have brought feminism, okay, who was trying hard to bring equality between both men and women to the peak in Telugu literature. Peak is to the highest point. Okay, peak is to the highest point in Telugu literature. Or do you understand literature? Literature is, books or papers written in a particular language. Okay, so Srimati P. Satyavati was one of the writers who was trying hard to bring feminism to the peak in Telugu literature. Though she is a retired English lecturer, she has brought understanding of the Telugu accent. Please understand, she was actually a retired English lecturer. Okay, but she has a great command over Telugu accent. Now what is meant by accent? Accent is, it's a voice modulation. Okay, it's a voice modulation in speaking. And the idioms of the respective regions, even if we look at, there is, lot of difference of the accent of people from Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, right? Fine. She is adept in portraying human experience universally. Now what is meant by adept? Adept is skillful. She is very skillful in portraying. Portraying is showing. Okay? So she is very much skillful in showing human experience universally. The technique of appealing to the readers by weaving the story wonderfully with a philosophical touch and theological aspect is her forte. Okay, so what is meant by weaving? Making. Okay, the technique of appealing to the readers by weaving, by making the story wonderfully with a philosophical touch and theological aspect. Now what is meant by philosophical touch? Related to God, related to nature, related to law. Okay, now theological is connected with the study of religion and beliefs. Okay, now what is meant by forte? A thing that somebody does particularly well. Okay, already we have read. Okay, she is very skillful in showing human experience universally, right? So she would weave the story wonderfully with a philosophical touch and theological aspect in her forte, with her skill, with her ability. Okay, now she has established 4 anthologies of short stories. Now what is meant by anthology? Anthology is a collection of poems, stories, etc. Okay, so she has published 4 anthologies of short stories, 5 novels, and a collection of essays. She has won a number of prestigious awards. Prestigious is, respected and admired as very important. Okay, she won a number of prestigious awards. Fine. This story, What Is My Name, is originally published as Illalagane Pandagauna in Telugu 1990 and has been translated into almost all the South Indian languages and Hindi. Okay, so originally, What Is My Name is actually a Telugu story, right? It's in Illalagane Pandagauna in 1990s story. Okay, but it has been translated into almost all South Indian languages as well as Hindi. Fine, I believe you have understood about the author, right? Now let's get into the lesson. Have you noticed how your father calls your mother? Does he use her name or not? How do the neighbors address her? Does anyone address her by name? What about your grandmother? In this story, P. Satyavati describes how a woman forgets her own name since no one addresses her by name. How does a woman gain her identity by name? By marriage, by motherhood, by education, by profession, or by anything else? Read the story keeping these questions in mind. So, well, students, now how your father calls your mother? Does he call her by name? Or how does he call? Now, how do the neighbors address her? Now, what is meant by address here? Use a particular name or a title for somebody when you speak or write to them. Okay, for example, when you write a letter, you write the address, right? You write the title, name of the person. Okay, so here address is use a particular name or title for somebody when you speak or write to them. Okay, now does anyone address her by name? What about your grandmother? How does your grandmother call your mother? So, in this story, P. Satyavati describes how a woman forgets her own name since no one addresses her by name. Do you understand? So, the author P. Satyavati describes how a woman forgets her name because nobody calls her by name. Okay, now how does a woman gain her identity? Now, what is meant by gain? Gain is to get, achieve, or obtain. Now, how does a woman get her identity? Okay, now what is meant by identity? Identity is who or what somebody or something. Okay, who or what somebody or something. So how does a woman get her identity? Is it by name or by marriage or by motherhood, by education, by profession, or by anything else? Okay, so how does a woman gain her identity or get her identity? Okay, so, well, students, now what do you think how a woman gets her identity? Do you think by her name she gets her identity, or by getting married, or by becoming a mother, or by her motherhood, or by education that she gets, or by the profession, or by anything else? Okay, so how does a woman get her identity? So let's keep all these questions in mind and let's move forward to the lesson. A young woman before being a housewife, a woman educated and cultured and intelligent and capable, quick-witted with a sense of humor and elegance. Okay, now a woman before she becomes a housewife. Okay, a young woman before being a housewife, and a woman educated and cultured, intelligent. You understand intelligent, right? Capable and quick-witted. Quick-witted is, very quick in. Well, we have few more lines. A young woman before being a housewife. A woman educated and cultured, and intelligent and capable, quick-witted, with a sense of humor and elegance. Okay, a young woman before being a housewife. Okay, before getting married, she is a young woman. Okay, now a woman educated and cultured, intelligent and capable of doing things, adept, okay, skillful, quick witted, able to make some humor, some funny remarks, okay, with a sense of humor and elegance. Elegance is beauty. Okay, let's move forward. Falling for her beauty and intelligence, as also the dowry which her father offered, a young man tied the three sacred knots around her neck, made her the housewife to a household, and said to her, "Look, Amadou, this is your home." Then the housewife immediately pulled the end of her sari and tucked it in at the waist, and swept the entire house and decorated the floor with Mughal designs. The young man promptly praised her work. "You are dexterous at swabbing the floor, even more dexterous in drawing the Mughal. Shabas, keep it up." He said it in English, giving her a pat on the shoulder in appreciation. So, falling for her beauty and intelligence, which means the man felt so attracted towards a woman because she was beautiful and she was intelligent. Also, the dowry which her father offered. You understand dowry, right? It's a property and money that a woman gives to her husband when they marry. Okay, the woman gives to her husband at the time of marriage. So, three things. The man fell for her beauty, intelligence, as well as the dowry that her father offered. Okay, so the young man tied the three sacred knots. You understand what is meant by three sacred knots? Thali, right? He tied three sacred knots around her neck, made her the housewife to a household. Okay, by tying three sacred knots, he made her as his wife and the housewife to a household. Okay? And he said to her, "Look, Amadou, this is your home." Okay, what did he say? He said to her, "This is her home." So then the housewife immediately pulled up the end of her sari and tucked it in at the waist. Now, what is meant by tuck it? To move something inside. Okay, so when her husband said, "Amadou, look, this is your home," then the housewife immediately she pulled the end of her sari and tucked it inside. And what did she do? She started swabbing the entire house. Okay, she started cleaning the entire house. A swab is to clean or wash a floor. Okay, to clean or to wash a floor. So when her husband said, "Amadou, this is your home," the woman took the end of her sari and tucked it in her waist, and she started to swab the entire house, and she decorated beautifully with the Mughal designs. Okay, the young man promptly praised her work. Now, what is meant by promptly? Without giving much of time, like immediately. Okay, promptly. Overjoyed, the housewife began living with swabbing as the chief mission in her life. She scrubbed the house spotlessly clean at all times and beautifully decorated with multicolored designs. That's how her life went on, with a sumptuous and ceaseless supply of swabbing clothes and Mughal baskets. But one day, while scrubbing the floor, the housewife suddenly asked herself, "What is my name?" The query shook her up, leaving the mopping cloth and Mugu basket there itself. She stood near the window, scratching her head, lost in thoughts. What is my name? What is my name? So, what is meant by overjoyed? Overjoyed is being very happy. Okay, excited. She was extremely happy when her husband praised her. So, the housewife began living with the swabbing as the chief mission in her life. What is meant by chief mission? Chief mission is main purpose. Okay, main aim or purpose. So, what was the chief mission of the housewife? It was swabbing the floor. Now, how did she swab? She scrubbed the house spotlessly clean at all times and beautifully decorated with multicolored designs. Okay, now she scrubbed. Scrubbed is to clean something by rubbing it hard. To clean something by rubbing it hard, especially with a brush and usually with the soap and water. Okay, so she scrubbed the house. How did she scrub? Spotlessly. Okay, without any stain, without any spot. She cleaned the house spotlessly at all times and she beautifully decorated with multicolored designs. You understand multicolored, right? Different colors. Right? Now, that's how her life went on, with a sumptuous and ceaseless supply of swabbing cloths and mugu baskets. Now, sumptuous is very impressive. Okay, very impressive. Ceaseless is endless, without end. Okay, there was no end for her swabbing clothes and making her house with the multicolored designs. Okay, she completely engaged herself swabbing the house or cleaning the house spotlessly and decorating her house with a mugulu. Clear? Now, but one day while scrubbing the floor, the housewife suddenly asked herself, what is my name? Okay, so one day, as usually she was cleaning the house or scrubbing the house, suddenly she remembered, or she was trying to remember what was her name, which means she has forgotten. Okay, the query shook her. What is meant by shook her up? Shake up is a change or have an effect. Shook her up. Now that query changed her mind, it had an effect. Okay, now what was the query? To know what her name was. Okay, now leaving the mopping cloth and the mugu basket there itself, she stood near the window, scratching her head, lost in thoughts. Okay, mopping is cleaning with cloth. So suddenly, when it came to her mind what was her name, when she was trying to remember, she left that mopping cloth there and mugulu baskets there itself, and she stood near the window, scratching her head, trying to recall her name, and she was completely lost in thoughts, and she was trying to remember her name. She said, what is my name? What is my name? The house across the road carried a name board, Mrs. Suhasini, MA PhD, Principal, X College. Yes, she too had a name as her neighbor did. How could I forget like that? In my scrubbing zeal, I have forgotten my name. What shall I do now? The housewife was perturbed. Her mind became totally restless. Somehow, she finished her dubbing for the day. Meanwhile, the maidservant arrived. Hoping at least she would remember, the housewife asked her, Look, Ammai, do you know my name? What is it, Amma? Said the girl. What do we have to do with the names of mistresses? You are only a mistress to us, the mistress of such and such a white storied house, ground floor means you. So the house across the road carried a name board, Mrs. M. Suhasini, MA PhD, Principal, X College. Okay, so the housewife was scratching her head and trying to recall her name, and she found across the road there was a name board. Okay, now what is meant by across? The other side of the road. Okay, across is the other side. So the other side of the road, the housewife found a name board. Okay, name board is, when you go to some houses, you will find entrance of the house there is a board. Okay, a name written. Okay, so the housewife found a name board. Now what is written there on the board? Mrs. M Suhasini, MA PhD, Principal, X College. Okay, so yes, she too had a name as her neighbor did. So the housewife thought, surely as a neighbor had the name, she too had the name, she thought. Okay, so she thought she had a name. Okay, and she thinks to herself how she had forgotten like that. Okay, how she had forgotten her name like that. Fine. Now in my scrubbing zeal, now what is meant by zeal? Zeal is great interest. Okay, great interest. So, what was her great interest? Her great interest was scrubbing the floor, okay, and decorating the house with mugalu. Fine. So, in her zeal for keeping the house clean, spotlessly, she has forgotten her name and she says, what shall I do now? How to find my name? Okay, how to recall my name? Then the housewife was perturbed. Now, what is meant by perturbed? She was worried or anxious. The meaning of perturbed is worried or anxious. Okay, so the housewife was worried and anxious to know about her name or to know her name, and she was completely restless. Restless is disturbed. She became completely disturbed. So somehow she finished her daubing for the day. Okay, now what is meant by daubing? Daubing is spreading a substance such as paint, mud, etc. onto something. Okay, somehow she finished her daubing for the day, and meanwhile the maid servant, okay, the maid servant appeared. Now who is a maid servant? A female servant in a house. Maid servant is a female servant in a house. So meanwhile she was completely engaged in, in her restlessness. Her maid servant comes, a female servant comes to the house. Okay, and the housewife thought at least she would remember her name. So she goes to her and asks the maid servant. Okay, she looks at her and asks, Ammai, do you know my name? The housewife asked the maid servant whether she knows her name or not. Okay, now, what is it, Amma? Said the girl. So the maid servant asked, Amma, what is that you are asking? Okay, now, what do we have to do with names of mistresses? Now, what is meant by mistresses? The female employer of a servant, one who employs a servant. Okay, like boss. Okay, she is like boss. So, what we have to do with the names of boss? Okay, so the maid servant says, you are my boss and there is no point in knowing your name. Okay, you are only a mistress to me or to us, the mistress of such and such a wide storied house. If someone asks, she says she is a mistress of such and such wide storied house, and ground floor means that's all. Okay, so finally the maid servant also does not know the name of the housewife. Okay? Yes, true, of course. How can you know? Poor thing, thought the housewife. The children came home from school for lunch in the afternoon. At least the children might remember my name, the housewife hoped. Look here, children, do you know my name? She asked. They were taken aback. You are Amma, your name is Amma only. Ever since we were born, we have known only this. The letters that come are only in Father's name, because everyone calls him by his name. We know his name. You never told us your name. You don't even get letters addressed to your name. The children said. So finally, the maid servant says that she does not know the name of the mistress, okay, or the housewife. So finally, the children, they come home for lunch. Okay, the children come home for lunch in the afternoon. So the housewife thought at least she would get her name from her children. So when the children come, the housewife asks, "Look, children, do you know my name?" Okay, the housewife asked the children whether they know her name. Okay, now they were taken aback. Now, what is meant by they were taken aback? Very surprised about something. Okay, to be surprised about something. The children were very surprised to hear about asking her name. Okay, so the children, what did they say? They said, "You are Amma, your name is only Amma." Okay, so what was the reply of the children? They said, "She is Amma and her name is only Amma. Ever since we were born, we have known only this." So what did the children say? The children said, ever since they were born, they knew that they call her Amma, and they say only that her name is Amma. And the letters that come are only in father's name. Okay, even see here, the letters that come are only in father's name. If any letters are to be received, the letters come only in the address of the children's father. So the father's name is there but not mother's name. So because everyone calls him by his name, we know his name. So what did the children say? We know only father's name because letters come in father's name, and even neighbors call him by name. So we know father's name. Okay, and the children say that she never told them her name. You never told us your name. Okay, and you don't even get letters addressed to your name. Okay, if the housewife were to receive any letters, they would know her name, but she never received a letter. So plainly they said, "You are Amma, so your name is Amma, and you never received any letter to know your name." And the children plainly they say that they don't know her name. Clear? Yes, who will write letters to me? Father and mother are there, but they only make phone calls once in a month or two. Even my sisters are immersed with swabbing their houses. Even if they met me in some marriage or kumkum ceremony, they chatted away their time talking about new mugulu or new dishes to cook, but no letters. The housewife was disappointed and grew more restless. The urge to know her own name somehow or the other grew stronger in her. Now, a neighbor came to invite her to a kumkum ceremony. The housewife asked her neighbor, hoping she at least would remember her name. Giggling, the lady said, "Somehow or other, I haven't asked your name, nor have you told me." So the housewife says, "Yeah, who is there to write letters to me?" Okay, which means who is there to write letters to her, because her parents would call her once in a month or two. They make phone calls. Okay, and even the housewife thought that even her sisters were immersed. Okay, now what is meant by immersed? With completely involved. Okay, they were immersed with swabbing their houses. So the housewife says that even her sisters were busy in doing household activities, that is swabbing the house. Okay, swabbing the house. Now, even if they met me in some marriage or kumkum ceremony. Now, what is meant by kumkum ceremony? It is a social gathering in India in which married women exchange haldi, that is a turmeric, and kumkum as a symbol of their married status and wishing for their husbands long lives. Okay, kumkum ceremony. And they chatted away as a talk. So even her sisters, if they met in some gatherings, either in kumkum ceremony or any other gatherings, they would chat. Okay, they would chat and spend their time discussing on muglu and how to make new dishes, but no letters. Okay, she would never receive any letters. Even if she would meet her sisters, they would chat about mugulu, about making new dishes. Okay, fine, do you understand? Right. The housewife was disappointed and grew more restless. Okay, because the housewife was trying to recall her name and she was unable. So she becomes very much disappointed and she becomes very restless. And the urge, what is meant by urge? Her great desire. Okay, her great desire to know her own name somehow or the other grew stronger in her. Okay, what is meant by urge? It's a strong desire to do something. Okay, so the urge to know, her strong desire to know her name grew stronger and stronger. Okay, now a neighbor came to invite her to a kumkum ceremony. Okay, as she was immersed in recalling her name, there was a neighbor who comes to her house to invite her for the kumkum ceremony. Okay, now the housewife asked her neighbor, hoping at least she would remember her name. Okay, so the housewife asked the lady who came to her house to invite her for the kumkum ceremony. Okay, she asked what is her name, and the woman giggled. Now, what is meant by giggling? Giggling is to laugh quickly, quietly, or in a high voice, a silly laugh. Okay, so giggling, the lady said, somehow or the other, I haven't asked your name, nor have you told me? Okay, the lady said that she never asked her name and she does not know the housewife's name. Now we can imagine how the housewife would have felt. She became still more restless. Her urge to know her name grew stronger and stronger. Okay? Right hand side, white storied house, or there she is, that pharmaceutical company manager's wife. If not that, that fair and tall lady, that's how we refer to you. That's all. That's all that the other housewife could say. It's no use. What can even my children's friends say? They know me only as Kamala's mother or some auntie. Now my respected husband is the only hope. If anyone remembers it, it is the only he. During the night meal, she asked him, look here, I have forgotten my name. If you remember it, will you please tell me? So the lady would giggle and tell her that she does not know her name. Okay, which lady? The lady who comes to invite her for the kumkum ceremony. Or she says, okay, she addresses her like, right hand side, white storied house, or there she is. Who is she? She is a pharmaceutical company manager's wife. Okay, she is addressed as the wife of the pharmaceutical company manager. If not that, she would be addressed as fair and tall lady. Okay, she would be addressed as fair and tall lady. Okay, so finally, the housewife could not get her name. So the housewife thought there is no point in asking even her neighbor, okay, and her children, they don't know her name because they call her Amma, neither her maidservant nor her neighbor. And she thought maybe her children's friends, okay, but her children's friends would call as a Kamala's mother or some auntie. Okay, they would call the children's name and say their mother. Okay, Kamala's mother or some auntie. So the only hope that the housewife had was her husband. Okay, because neither of them remembered her name. Okay, no, not her parents, nor her sisters, no her neighbors. Okay, and even her children. None of them. She thought only her husband would be the person who would remember her name. Okay, now. During the night meal, she asked him, whom? Her husband. Look here, I have forgotten my name. If you remember it, will you please tell me? It's clear, right? So during the night meal, the housewife asked her husband, okay, see, I have forgotten my name. She has forgotten her name and she asks if he remembers her name. Clear? Now please understand, pharmaceutical company is a company that makes and sells medical drugs. Okay, so pharmaceutical company is a company that makes and sells medical drugs. Clear? The respected husband burst out laughing and said, "What is it, dear? Never has it happened before. You're talking about your name today? Ever since we were married, I have got used to calling you only as Amoy. You two never told me not to address you that way because you have a name of your own. What's happened now? Everyone calls you Mrs. Murthy, don't they? Not Mrs. Murthy. I want my own name. What shall I do now? She said in anguish. What's there? You choose a name. You choose a new name, some name or other, the husband advised. So during the night meal, the housewife asks her husband what is her name. Okay. So when the husband heard from his wife, he burst out laughing. Now what is meant by burst out laughing? To suddenly start to laugh. To suddenly start to laugh. So the husband started laughing and he asked, "What is it, dear? Never has it happened before. You are talking about your name today." Okay. So far the housewife never asked or never spoke about it like this. Okay. First time when she started asking about her name, the husband felt so laugh. Okay. So he asked, "It never happened. Now why are you talking about your name today?" Okay. And the husband says, "Ever since we married, I have got used to calling you only as Amoy." So how does the husband address her? He calls only as Amoy, not by her name. Okay, he used to call her as Amoy. And the housewife also never told, not to address her as Amoy, but to address her as by name. She never told him. So he continued addressing her like Amoy, Gimoy. Okay, so he does not know her number. Okay, he does not know her name. Now what happened now? Everyone calls you Mrs. Murthy, don't they? So the husband says, okay, now what happened? That's okay, fine. Everyone calls you as Mrs. Murthy. Now what is meant by Mrs. Murthy? The wife of Mr. Murthy. Okay? Wife of Mr. Murthy. Now, not Mrs. Murthy, I want my own name. What shall I do now? She said in anguish. Okay, so the housewife says, "Not Mrs. Murthy, I want my own name." Okay, I want my own name. What shall I do now to find my name? Okay, and she said in anguish. Now, what is meant by anguish? Mental suffering. Okay, mental suffering. What's there? You choose a new name, some name or other, the husband advised. So the husband said, if you don't remember your name, you choose some name or a new name. Okay, clear? Very nice. Your name is Satyanarayana Murthy. Will you keep quiet if I ask you to change your name to Shivarao or Sundarrao? I want my name only, she said. It's all right. You are an educated woman. Your name must be on the certificates. Don't you have that much common sense? Go and find out, he advised her. The housewife searched frantically for her certificates in the almirah: pattu sarees, chiffon sarees, handloom sarees, voile sarees, matching blouses, petticoats, bangles, beads, pearls, pins, kumkum bhanas, silver plates, silver containers to keep sandalwood paste, ornaments, all things arranged in an orderly fashion. Nowhere could she find her certificates. So when her husband says keep some new name or some other name, and the housewife becomes irritated, she says, very nice. Your name is Satyanarayana Murthy, right? Now if I change your name to Shivarao or Sundarrao, will you keep quiet? Okay. Now will you accept if I keep any other new name? Okay, and the housewife says that she wants only her name. She wants only her name. Okay, and then her husband says, fine, you are educated woman, why don't you search your name in the certificates? Don't you have that much of common sense? Okay, so when her husband tells her to search in certificates, the housewife searched frantically. Now what is meant by frantically? Done in a hurried way, in a state of excitement. She runs and she starts searching for her certificates frantically, done in a hurried way and in a state of excitement. Okay, for her certificates in the almirah. Okay, now what are the things are there in almirah? Pattu sarees, chiffon sarees. The chiffon sarees are lightweight sarees made of silk or nylon. They are lightweight sarees. Okay, handlooms sarees. While sarees are made of 100% cotton or cotton blended with linen or polyester. Okay, now matching blouses, petticoats, bangles, beads, pearls, pins, kumkum barinas, silver plates, silver containers to keep her sandalwood paste, ornaments, all things arranged in orderly fashion. Okay, so all these things were there in her almirah. So she started searching for certificates, taking out all the things what was there in the almirah, but nowhere she could find her certificates. Clear? Yes, I haven't brought them here. I shall go to my place, search for my certificates, and enquire about my name and return in a couple of days. She asked for her husband's permission. Very nice. Must you go just for your name or what? If you go, who will scrub the house these 2 days? Said her lord. Yes, that was true, because she scrubbed better than the others. She had not allowed anyone else to do that job all these days. Everyone was busy with their own respective duties. He had his office, poor things. The children had their studies to take care of. Why should they bother about this chore? And she had been doing it all along. They just didn't know how to do it, of course. So the housewife searches for her certificates in the almirah, taking out all her, pattu sarees, beads, pearls, kumkum barinas, petticoats, everything. But she does not find. And finally, she remembers that she did not bring her certificates along with her. So she decides to go to her mother's house with the consent of her husband, with the permission of her husband. Okay, so when she goes and asks her husband that she would go to her mother's house for a couple of days, stay there and get her certificates, her husband asks, okay, now you just want to go, to find out your name? Is it the only reason that you want to go? He asks. Okay, and the husband says, if you go to your house, who will clean the house? Who will scrub the house? Okay, because the woman was completely immersed in scrubbing the floor, keeping the house spotlessly clean, okay, and decorating with the mugulu, and she never allowed anybody to do. Okay. Fine. Yes, that was true, because she scrubbed better than the others. She had not allowed anyone else to do that job all these days. She never allowed anybody to do that job. Okay, and everyone was busy with their own respective duties. Okay, husband was busy in his company, children were busy with their studies, and nobody bothered about. Now, what is meant by respective? It's relating to a particular person or thing. Okay, so husband was busy with his works in the company, and children were busy with their studies. Okay, so they never bothered about this core. Okay, now what is meant by bothered about? Be worried about. Okay, not cared. Okay, now core, what is meant by core? A task that you do regularly. Okay, a task that you do regularly. So they never bothered about house core work. Okay, so she had to do it all alone. Okay, and they did not know how to do it because they never did it. Got it? Well, students, that is the end of the first part. Let's meet in the next session to deal with the second part of it. Okay, till then, take care. Bye.